anything for Halloween?
Went to a concert last night. That was it. So I managed to not have to deal with any trick or treaters and managed not to eat the candy last night. I'd had some candy already before. But
Oh
yeah,
man,
just went to see Dirty Honey at the Buckhead Theater in Atlanta, which was fun. So not very Halloweeny, but
yeah, I was gonna say I don't I don't know if I've heard anything from them.
kind of. They're from LA, but they're kind of Southern Rocky sounding.
Hmm, interesting. How far away is that music venue from your place?
Like a 15-minute drive. If there's not traffic. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, that's not bad. Because like the Roxy's right there,
Yeah, Roxy's
right?
perfect. Roxy's a little over a mile walk. So yeah, I've got
Yeah,
some cool venues pretty close to me.
yeah. It's one thing that I always recall about Atlanta because there's a plethora of places to go, but before before the Battery was built, it's like all of them were like really congregated around each other, like close to like downtown. Like you'd have to go there or to whatever the name of the amphitheater is now. You'd have to go out there for like a
Yeah,
big
yeah,
concert.
and there's two of them now. You've got the one in South Atlanta that's the older, cruddier one, and yeah, the one in Alpharetta that's the nicer, newer one.
Right. Yeah. When the girl in my office that is a Phillies fan went to a Phillies Braves game in Atlanta, she went to a concert at the newer, nicer one. And she's like, oh yeah, we're gonna go here, then we're gonna do this. Is like in the same day. So it's a bold move. It's like, well, it's a noon game, and I was like, yeah, but you're driving in Atlanta in the afternoon at that point in time. Um,
I almost did that for a concert, a Braves game. They were doing a 12:21 pitch, and I was like, okay, I can finagle my like lunch break and go see some of the game, and then go to a concert. And I was like, no, I think I'll be so irritated by being around that many people. Let's not do that.
yeah, I understand that. We actually ran out of candy for trick or treaters,
Oh wow.
so
I always buy a ton of candy every year, so I was glad I wasn't home this year. And then I don't, like have any trick or treaters, and then I end up with a ton of candy.
yeah, we did give away like we always do. We give away candy for kids and beer for adults, and we managed to get through almost 2 cases of beer. So
Nice.
all the candy and almost 2 cases of beer. It was kind of surprising. Like, oh
You
look,
just
the only thing.
you just got to make sure you don't screw up and accidentally hand the beer to the kids.
Right, yeah. Man, last year there was some kid that was like, "Hey, can I get one of those?" And it's like, "No." It's like, nice try though. Like you might think
Uh,
that in my inebriated state that I would say yes, but no.
this guy seems cool. He'll give me a beer.
You are obviously not 21.
Start checking ID at the door.
Right. Yeah, I should. But either way, so we're continuing on our discussions about the steps towards your fat loss plan. So, step one was, uh, are you ready? Step two, set up your SMART goal. Then, step three. So, I would say that step three is you need to figure out what your maintenance calories are currently. So,
Absolutely.
um, how I like to do that is I utilize my Fitness Pal. I think it's the easiest thing out there that's free for everybody. You can use whatever calorie tracker. You could use a pen and paper, and if you have the ability to look up every single thing that you're consuming, um, which I've done before prior to my Fitness Pal and smartphone devices, things like
I
that.
remember keeping an Excel spreadsheet on my computer in college doing that. Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, so
Seems
I've
seems so archaic now.
done it before. It could definitely still work for you if you need to. And um, when you do that, you need to track everything. Everything counts towards the calories that are currently maintaining whatever weight you're at. Um,
Yeah,
so,
I think that's where a lot of people like end up kind of screwing themselves up because they won't think about, oh, the tablespoon of ketchup I had on that burger, or oh, I had that 10 calories in that diet energy drink, or what, like it all adds up. If you think about it, if you do 5 calories here, 10 calories there, just a few times, there's 50, 100 calories you didn't track, and you wonder why you don't have an accurate representation of your caloric intake.
Right. Especially with the serving sizes of stuff. Like people have no clue about serving sizes, it seems. Like a couple tablespoons of peanut butter is one serving. And chances are you put on more than one serving of
Yeah,
peanut
it's
butter.
very, very easy to eat more than a serving of peanut butter. I know we talk about breakfast cereals a lot. Like, depending on the cereal, it's between a cup and a cup, like a cup and a quarter. Some of them are like if you want a fun experiment, pour it into a measuring cup. What you think that you're actually pouring into your bowl, and you're not taking in the serving size you think you're taking in. And then you have to go, okay, if I'm eating 2 servings, I have to count double the calories.
Yeah, it is part of the fun of eating breakfast cereal. Yeah. I tell people all the time, and everybody that listens to this podcast, go back and listen to any previous episodes. I'll probably mention that I have cinnamon toast crunch and a protein shake for breakfast almost every day. Uh, but when I tell people that, they look at me amazingly. Like, yeah, a bowl is like 2.5, 3 cups about. Um, Most of it should be two if you're putting milk in there, but to be fair, I'm probably putting closer to 2.5 or 3 cups. Um, and that still counts. And the best way that I find to do that is by weight. Use a kitchen scale. If you have a food that has the facts panel on it, it'll tell you serving size in a volume measure and a serving size in a gram measure. So using the tare function on your kitchen scale and measuring off the weight of the food that you're consuming is going to be the most accurate way. If you are consuming other foods that come in a container and you eat the entire container, per USDA laws, they're supposed to switch that so that way the facts panels were based off of the size of the container. So, like if you normally consume one whole bottled soda, the calories are for that entire bottle of soda. So it might make it still easy for you to say, like, I got one of these sodas. This is how much calories is in there. And when you are tracking your food and seeing where it's coming from and all those things, you want to do at least 2 regular quote unquote days for you and a day that would be considered an off day or an unusual day for you.
And I think it's important here too, because I will suggest this to a lot of clients that are wanting to follow a weight loss or even a weight gaining program. And like, I don't want to track my food. It's just tedious. This isn't supposed to be a lifelong thing you're going to have to do. This right here is setting it up to be able to figure out how many calories you need to take out for your weight loss goals and eventually leading to intuitive eating, like you've talked about before. Unless you're just like crazy and want to track your calories, which of course you can do every day. But for most people, this is not oh, you're going to have to do this for a lifetime. This is to set up the program to be able to lose weight effectively and to reach your goals.
Yeah. And the average of those 3 days that you tracked equals your maintenance calories, whatever is currently maintaining you. And there's some nuance in there where, let's say that it's oddly low, it doesn't leave you a lot of room for cutting more. So you have to do some things to slowly add calories in there. And we'll talk about all of that in the next part of this series. It's ongoing. Go back and listen to the other episodes. We're going to keep it going. This will lead up to all of you out there sometime in December where you're thinking about, should I start my fat loss plan? Where I'm at and how do I keep it going? So head on over to franchisenf.com if you want some very specific support and accountability for you to make sure that you reach your goals, where you can sign up for your free meet and greet today. Otherwise, like we say every week, maximize every bite,
Maximize every rep.